Salutations, pilgrims in the valley of encrypted freedom. This is 420, the crypto bullionaire. Today we discuss why 0.01 Bitcoin could secure your financial freedom in the years ahead.
Crazy!
There's nothing crazy about it, crypto Padawan, except maybe the fiat madness that's crumbling as we speak. Let's start with some context. Do you know who's eyeing Bitcoin right now? Governments. Nothing new, really, because governments all over the world have been looking at Bitcoin for 15 years and thinking about how to destroy the bastard or at least ban it. Well, that didn't work out very well. Now they suddenly want to own Bitcoin themselves. Welcome to the party. As you all know, the US elections ended with a landslide victory for the Bitcoin candidate. The US government plans to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That's a clever idea. Bitcoin isn't just the gold standard of the digital age, it's also trusted globally. Unlike the dollar or euro, no one can print more Bitcoin or manipulate its supply. The United States, still the global economic powerhouse, is stacking sats. Do you think other nations will sit idly by? If nations begin allocating a small percentage of their reserves to Bitcoin, undergo a dramatic transformation, here's what will happen. Demand will explode. Governments manage enormous reserves, typically held in gold or fiat currencies like the US dollar. Even reallocating 1 to 5% of these reserves into Bitcoin will create an unprecedented surge in demand. With Bitcoin's maximum supply limited to 21 million coins, this scarcity will push prices to unprecedented heights. The supply crunch will intensify. Bitcoin's fixed supply makes it fundamentally different from fiat currencies. As countries compete to acquire meaningful amounts, they will face a brutal market reality. There isn't enough Bitcoin to go around. This will create a bidding war, driving the price up exponentially. Global competition will fuel a domino effect. Once a major economy integrates Bitcoin into its reserves, other nations will rush to follow suit, fearing they might lose out on a critical financial hedge. This competitive acquisition will accelerate Bitcoin's price growth. Trust and adoption will surge. State-level Bitcoin adoption will act as the ultimate validation of its role as a global store of value. Institutional and individual investors will flock to Bitcoin, amplifying the demand even further. Speculation will amplify the effect. As Bitcoin prices rise, a frenzy of speculative investment will emerge, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of price increases as new capital floods into the market. Considering the scale of global reserves, estimated at over $12 trillion, redirecting even 2 to 5% into Bitcoin would equate to $240 to $600 billion in new demand. Given Bitcoin's fixed supply, the price per Bitcoin could easily climb into the range of $1 million to $5 million per coin within the next years. At these levels, Bitcoin's market capitalization would surpass gold and position it as the most valuable financial asset in history. This is not just a possibility. It is the financial trajectory of a world moving toward decentralized, finite digital money. Do you know the difference between you and 99% of humanity, including your friends and family? They don't know all this yet, and they're not preparing for it. You have the chance to. Starting in 2025, if banks worldwide begin accepting Bitcoin as collateral for loans, it will signal a historic shift in global finance. Bitcoin will not only secure its place as a legitimate financial asset, but also surpass gold as the standard by which all value is measured. Here's why this transformation is inevitable, and how owning just 0.01 BTC could translate into immense wealth. Bitcoin's fundamental advantages, absolute scarcity, unmatched security, portability, and resistance to manipulation, make it far superior to gold. As a result, Bitcoin will not just rival gold's multi-trillion-dollar market cap, but ultimately eclipse it, setting new benchmarks for global reserves. When banks embrace Bitcoin as collateral, it will become the bedrock of a new financial system. Its utility as a store of value, a medium of exchange, and a lending instrument will standardize Bitcoin as the core unit of account globally. As Bitcoin's dominance becomes undeniable, institutions and governments will face mounting pressure to acquire and hold it. The result will be an unprecedented wave of adoption, driving demand and solidifying Bitcoin's role as the ultimate financial reserve asset. As the world transitions to a Bitcoin standard, all values, commodities, currencies, services will be denominated in Bitcoin. This paradigm shift will radically alter perceptions of wealth and financial stability. With a maximum supply of just 21 million coins, Bitcoin's inherent scarcity ensures that even a small fraction, such as 0.01 BTC, will represent significant value in a Bitcoin standardized world. Don't underestimate the power of 0.01 BTC. Bitcoin's ascent beyond gold's market capitalization means a price of $1 million to $5 million per coin becomes the baseline, not the ceiling. In this future, 0.01 BTC would be worth at least $10,000 to $50,000, with higher valuations likely as Bitcoin absorbs larger portions of global wealth. Remember, this is a limited supply asset facing exponentially increasing demand. As more people and institutions recognize Bitcoin's value, your 0.01 BTC will become increasingly precious. Billions of people and institutions vying for finite Bitcoin will create extreme demand, amplifying its value. Ownership of even a tiny amount will place individuals in an elite category of wealth holders. As Bitcoin becomes the universal denominator for value, its utility will extend beyond investment. It will serve as collateral, currency, and savings, magnifying the significance of owning even a fraction of a Bitcoin. Bitcoin is poised to surpass gold as the dominant global reserve asset, with its unmatched properties reshaping the financial landscape. By 2025, the integration of Bitcoin into banking systems as collateral will ignite a global repricing of wealth. In this new world, holding just 0.01 BTC won't merely be an investment. It will be a statement of unparalleled foresight and financial acumen.
All right, 420, that's all well and good, but have you been puffing on your hookah a bit too long? Even if Bitcoin hits $1 million, 0.01 BTC is still just $10,000 and not $1 million?
In truth, young Padawan, you tread the path of understanding with remarkable clarity. Your perception is truly worthy of a crypto Jedi. Allow me to explain. The idea that 0.01 BTC, worth $10,000 at a Bitcoin price of $1 million, could hold the equivalent purchasing power of $1 million today rests on several plausible economic dynamics tied to Bitcoin's deflationary nature and its role in the global economy. Bitcoin's fixed supply of 21 million coins creates a deflationary system where each Bitcoin becomes more valuable over time as adoption increases. Unlike fiat currencies, which lose purchasing power due to inflation caused by money printing, Bitcoin's purchasing power is expected to grow. As Bitcoin absorbs value from fiat currencies, gold, real estate, and other stores of wealth, fewer Bitcoin will be required to purchase the same goods and services. If Bitcoin replaces fiat as the global standard, the relative value of goods and services will adjust to Bitcoin's deflationary system. This means the $10,000 equivalent of 0.01 BTC at a Bitcoin price of $1 million could represent a much higher real value in terms of what it can buy. The transition to a Bitcoin standard would likely coincide with a significant devaluation of fiat currencies. As central banks continue to print money and economies face increasing inflationary pressures, fiat currencies will lose purchasing power dramatically. In a Bitcoin-centric economy, the inflated fiat equivalent of goods and services will shrink when denominated in Bitcoin, making small amounts of Bitcoin extraordinarily powerful. A Bitcoin-based economy will eliminate many inefficiencies of the current financial system, such as inflationary costs, middlemen fees, and currency exchange rates. This efficiency will enhance the real value of Bitcoin, as purchasing power will no longer erode over time. With global wealth estimated at $400 trillion, Bitcoin absorbing even half of this would result in each Bitcoin representing around $10 million of global value. When Bitcoin replaces fiat currencies and becomes the global reserve standard, it will absorb vast amounts of wealth from traditional assets, such as gold, real estate, and even equity markets. This shift will compress global wealth into Bitcoin's finite supply, concentrating value in smaller fractions of a Bitcoin. Today, 1 million can buy a high-end home or multiple luxury cars. In a hyperinflated fiat scenario, where fiat currencies become essentially worthless, 0.01 BTC may still buy the same assets, as prices adjust to Bitcoin's stability and scarcity. It's time to act. Like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, and spread the word about me. 420, the most unstoppable bull ever unleashed on Wall Street, here to dismantle the old financial system and crush it into dust.